This video will show you how to add a student learning outcome assessment at the course section level in Anthology. Only the course coordinators are given permission to enter assessments. So if you're a course coordinator and you're having any trouble accessing or editing the pages that I'm about to show you, please contact one of the SLO coordinators for assistance. The assessment information you're going to need to enter includes the following: an assessment title, the method of the assessment, which is in a drop-down menu that I'm going to show you on the next slide, the purpose of the assessment, it can be formative, diagnostic, or summative. There's an area where you have to select the result type, and we ask that you select individual student scores. The scoring type, you can use percentages or points. Finally, there are threshold values that your department should have agreed upon. This is a quick shot of the drop-down menu options under Method. The video is divided into 3 parts: accessing Anthology in the Outcomes homepage, navigating to the course of interest, and then adding the SLO assessment to all sections of a course. Part 1. Start at the Pasadena City College homepage, select Faculty and Staff, drop down to the section for Faculty and select Anthology SLO Assessment. This is our Anthology main page, and this red box here will bring you to Anthology. Here you will sign in with your PCC credentials, and you will be brought to Anthology's main page. Anthology used to be called Campus Labs, so don't be confused by seeing that name a lot. We are interested in going to the Outcomes section right here on the lower left. When you hit Outcomes, it will bring you to the main Outcomes landing page, which should look like this. Now, in some instances, I'm going to switch over here from View Mode to Full Site to Results Center. Sometimes when you log in, it brings you to this page. If you happen to land here, just go up to View Mode and go back to Full Site, and you will be where you need to be. Part 2, navigating to your course. Something that's really helpful in Anthology is that there is a green bar on the left side of the active location where you are. So look for that green bar to make sure you're always in the right place. Right now I'm going to navigate to a class in the Natural Science Division. You're going to select Academic Affairs, and you'll see all of the different divisions. I'll select Natural Science Division, and notice that green bar keeps appearing every time I move to a different level. I need to go to the Physical Sciences and to the Geology department for the SLO that I want to enter. The course I want to enter it for is Geology 1. At this point, you will see in the left side all of the sections for Geology 1 for the entire academic year. So this has sections for fall 2022, spring 2023, and then the summer 2022. They're not exactly in order. Make sure you come over to term and you select the term that you currently are entering an assessment for. So this is spring 2023. And you'll see that the SLOs have already been entered. They should consist of a title, the actual SLO written out. The system automatically assigns some Bloom taxonomy levels, and then there should be a green A with the word assigned. If any of these things are missing, please contact one of the SLO coordinators. Once you're in the right place, you're going to go to the first section that you need to assign the assessment to. And in this case, I'm just going to go in order in this list. The first section is 30661. Part 3, adding the assessment. The first time you add an assessment to a class section, this central region will be blank except for this Create Outcome link. I'm going to add an assessment for SLO 1. So over here in this list, I'm going to select SLO 1. And remember, I am in the class section that I want to assign the assessment to. How will the assessment be performed? You should always select the left-hand box, Assessment. And now you're going to need to enter the information that I mentioned earlier in this video. You start with a title, and my title is Energy Resource Project. Then you select the method, and my method is going to be an actual individual project. This particular project is summative. When you get to the result type, remember you always have to choose individual student scores. And then you can select whether or not you're going to be scoring with percentages or points. If you have percentages selected, the minimum score is 0%, the maximum is 100%, and then you will fill in these thresholds according to what your department has decided upon. If you choose points, then the minimum score is 0 and the maximum score can be whatever you decide to set it at. I'm going to use percentages. And I'm going to say that my students meet their assessment goal at 70%. At 84%, they've exceeded it, and at 45, they've partially met it. So I have now set my thresholds. Again, this is something that you should discuss with other people instructing the course and your department chair or lead. I'm then going to hit Submit. So now we're back to the screen where we're still on the section. We're seeing the SLO, but now we have an energy resource project as an evaluative tool. Down here under assessments, you can see that I can edit this energy resource project if I need to, if I made any mistakes. I can also create another assessment. Let's say I wanted to do 2 different kinds of assessments. I could add that here and just follow those same steps. I'm going to go back to the list. And now we see that this section for Geology 1 has a green arrow and the word assess. So the assessment has been successfully uploaded into this section. Now I need to do this for all the sections. I go back down my list to spring 2023 to the next section, and I repeat the steps. I want to do SLO 1, I select assessment, I enter all the information, and now this section has that same assessment. I'm going to, instead of going back to the list to look at this section, I'm going to go to Geology 1, the main class, so that I can go quickly to the next section. And then I go to the third one. One thing I want to note is that, let's say, I'm going to go back to this first section. Let's say I want to assess SLO1 and SLO4 this semester. Well, you're welcome to do that. You just select SL4 from the right-hand column and you go through the exact same steps.